Hey soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we are doing an important reading that I've been waiting to do, and that's all about the lunar eclipse. And I'm choosing to do it about what is currently making way for a big blessing. And the reason I'm doing it this way is because this lunar eclipse in Taurus is conjunct with Uranus on November the 8th. You'll find that with Uranus there is a change, but unexpected change. You can find that your whole life can change 180 degrees. So this is big energy. And as I've listened to astrologers, I've realized that yes, there are some big changes to come, things that you will be going through, but they are definitely making way for big and amazing changes and big blessings to come for you. So let's see how this energy is changing your life, in what way, and what blessing is coming in. To do this reading, we are going to be picking 4 piles together. So we have 1, 2. You know, a lot of you could already be experiencing this change. A lot of you are actually, despite you know, the big energy, some of you are actually having it really nicely already, and you are getting the blessings. Some of you are going to go through major changes. Some things could be challenging in the beginning, but it will always, you know, change always helps us evolve and lead to big blessings. So let's explore that. You know, the lunar eclipse, especially the eclipse season, these energies are expediting this process for us, making quicker changes. So let's find out more about these energies. Let's find out more about our 4 piles. So for pile number 1, we have comfort. For pile number 2, we have space. For pile number 3, we have creativity. And for pile number 4, we have consciousness. If you like to pick with crystals, let me add these right now. There we go. So for pile number 1, we have the white howlite point. And this is what your crystal looks like. For pile number 2, we have the raw clear quartz, and this is what your crystal looks like. For pile number 3, we have the clear quartz in the shape of a squirrel, and this is what your crystal looks like. Hope it's clear. It's picking up. Yeah, there we go. And for pile number 4, we have the selenite, and this is what your crystal looks like. So take a look at which one of these 4 piles or 4 crystals you're the most drawn to, and that's probably the pile for you here today. As I always say, let your intuition lead the way. It is your magic that always leads you to the right readings. And so if you're just drawn to one pile and you know that's the one pile for you today, trust that. And if you are drawn to several piles, or perhaps even all the 4 piles today, let your intuition lead the way as it's supposed to, and you'll always find that you get your messages that you are meant to receive in your reading today. And as usual, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times, and I'll see you in your readings. Hey soul family, welcome to your card shuffling and picking process. It is so lovely to have you here, guys. I'm so looking forward to this reading. I feel like it's a reading that has major energies. I feel like we're really gonna take a look at important factors that are about to happen in your life, how your life is changing to a great degree, and what is about to come. So before we begin your reading, let me introduce your cards to you. So on the left are the oracle decks, and on the right are the tarot decks that we will be using for your reading. All right, so let's begin and start shuffling with intention and ask, what is currently making way with the lunar eclipse in Taurus for a big blessing for you? Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, actually this one, I feel this one, and 4. Okay. Now, let's pick up your next oracle deck and shuffle with intention. And we kindly want to know... Oh, these, okay. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Whoa, okay. All right, next deck. What is currently making way for you during the lunar eclipse in Taurus for a big blessing? Thank you. 1, 2, 3. No, actually, I feel this one, and 4. Okay. Right, so now we're ready with your oracle cards. Let's start picking up your tarot cards. As usual, we'll be taking, let's put these on the side here. We'll be taking 2 cards from each deck. What is currently making way during the lunar eclipse in Taurus for a big blessing in your life? So 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and... Okay, so it's this one, I guess, and 4. Lovely. Let's keep this deck on the side. This is the one that we'll be using for any sort of clarifications during your reading, in case we have any. And now let's pick up your next deck and shuffle with intention. What is currently making way for a big blessing during the lunar eclipse in Taurus for you? What is currently making way for a big blessing? Okay. Again, let's shuffle with intention. What is currently making way for you during the lunar eclipse in Taurus? Guys, if you hear any background noise, as usual, just a heads up, this is my dog. I always keep him next to me. All right. There we go. So, what is currently making way during the lunar eclipse in Taurus for a big blessing in your life? All right, so our 4 piles for today's reading are now ready. Let's put them neatly together to prepare for your reading. All right, let's pick up pile number 1. There we go. So that is pile number 1 with the white howlite point. There we go. Pile number 2. Oh, sorry. Is also ready. With the raw clear quartz. There we go. Pile number 3. Is now ready. With the squirrel clear quartz and pile number 4. Is also ready. There we go, with the selenite. So our 4 piles for today's reading are now ready. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I appreciate you. I feel your energies during the preparation process, and I feel that I'm very blessed that I get to take some time to thank you for everything, for this beautiful community that you've built, for being wonderful. And I hope you know that every day I feel blessed to have a beautiful community like you. Thank you for being who you are. I love you guys so much. And let's get straight into your reading. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. Let's take a look at what is currently making way for a big blessing with the lunar eclipse in Taurus. So you have comfort, and you've chosen the white howlite point. Just a heads up, I need to mention this very quickly. If you find any scammers down in the description box contacting you, telling you to have a free reading with me, or any WhatsApp numbers, I never do that. These are people on YouTube that claim to have our logo and our names, and they just want to take people's money, and they're not really us. So be aware of them. It's the same thing with Instagram. There's an Instagram page that is very close to mine. I don't have an underscore. My only Instagram is the one in the description box. All right, so let's take a look at what is going on for you. So you have Sagittarius. We have your highest ideals, get it out to the world. We also have insights to understand, wisdom resulting from the understanding. Okay, so we have Sagittarius, and we also have Venus in Virgo with discrimination. You have the vessel, circulation, movement, contained but emotion. All right. Let's take a look at your tarot cards, my dear pile number 1. You have the King of Swords. All right. Interesting combination here. You also have the 7 of Swords. Do you see that? And there's a treasure right there. Very dark card. This person's trying to pull up some treasure that they perhaps are stealing. Let's find out more. You have the Hermit. You have the Four of Cups. I feel like these cards are quite dark and now we're seeing light. Things are gradually improving here. You have the Strength card. The Five of Swords. Very interesting, actually. I love this specific Five of Swords. You have the Four of Wands. See, Four of Wands really reminds me of 11:11. Very divine timing. Expect something major to change in your life by 11:11. This is calling out very strongly to me. And you have, this is the After Tarot here. This is also the After Tarot, and you have the Page of Cups. So let's take a closer look at your cards, pile number one, and see exactly what is currently making way for a big blessing for you. Talk about the vessel here. All right. So here, my dear pile number one, I see you rising from the dark depth into the light. I see that you have gone through very dark times and you've been really hopeful to see a change, albeit it may have been very slow though, but you were very hopeful at the end of the day. I see what is going on here is that with the discrimination and especially the Five of Swords, that you could have had a difficult time with other people who could have literally discriminated, were discriminative of you. These were very difficult people to deal with. You know, with the Five of Swords here, we see people fighting to go to the peak. And I see that you could have been trying to protect your boundaries with these people. You could have gotten into energies and fights that you didn't want to get into, arguments and competitions, perhaps even sometimes, that you didn't want to get into. You had to protect your boundaries, as we talked about. You found yourself playing games that you did not want to be part of, but the environment was calling for it. By nature, I see that you're a very peaceful person, but you had to play these games and they ended up in you feeling like your cup was empty. You feeling lack, you feeling disappointed in people, in life, in circumstances. Overall, these were very dark times. You were hopeful, I will say that. You were very hopeful, but it was slow. Every time I feel here that you felt like you were gonna come out of it, you were seeing a bit of differences, which we mentioned in the beginning, but they were very slow. They were happening very slow, because as you can see here, you were taken to the depth. You know the expression of you've hit rock bottom. You really have, pile number one, you really have hit rock bottom, and from the very depth you are now coming out with some jewels, with some strength. With the humpback wheel, I feel like you have really emerged out of this with silent power. You know, you faced challenges and you found new power. You know, we can now see that instead of playing these silly games and feeling like your cup was empty, you're instead of playing in the small cup here, as you can see, you really went into your environment. And the wonderful thing that I love about this Five of Swords, as I mentioned in the beginning, is that this figure has noticed that they don't need to play the silly game. Sometimes we let small things go, small wins go, in order to focus on what's really important. And here, as I was mentioning with the humpback whale, I feel like you've really understood so many things, and that's why you have the King of Swords. You went in deep, you thought about it, you've been healing, and although the healing has been strong, it's been happening, you hadn't yet seen it on your outside world. Now you're going to start noticing strength you haven't seen before, all of a sudden, just happening like that. You know how when you're learning a language, I'm not sure if you've done this before, but you know how when you're learning a new language and there are so many things to learn, you don't get it, and all of a sudden you wake up and it clicks and you're speaking and you're like, wow, I can't believe I'm just speaking it, because a lot of neurological pathways and connections have been happening. You've been understanding a little bit of this and the melody of that and the vocab of this and so on, until one day it just clicks. Just like, not just a language, like driving a car. You know how it's frustrating in the beginning and you're like, oh my God, I don't get it. I don't think I'm going to be able to do all of these things at the same time. And all of a sudden it just clicks and you're driving and so on. That's what I see here in your reading. All of a sudden, my dear pile number 1, you know what? By 11/11, and it's really interesting how we saw a date right off the bat in a reading. By 11/11, you'll see yourself emerging out of this darkness completely. You'll find that you have a great influence. You're very calm, and your influence is communicated by way of the strength of your character. People around you are going to see that you really changed. There's power to you, calm power to you. You have a lot of understanding now to what the people around you are doing. You're no longer being involved in their silly games. But most importantly, my dear pile number 1, that I see highlighted in your reading, most importantly, by 11/11, you'll see your life changing in a very comfortable way. This could be, for a lot of you, unexpected wealth coming in. This could be you changing to another location, like a comfortable one, a comfortable city, a comfortable home. There is movement here, or an income of blessing that is making you comfortable where you are. This is exactly what I'm seeing. By 11/11, you know, with magic we say, as within, as without. You're changing inside and rising up outside, my dear pile number 1. Such an interesting reading. By 11/11, you'll find that you found the way. You found your comfort. You found your environment. Now, that's why I keep saying you're either moving or you're getting enough resources to live it the way that you want, where you no longer have to abide by the rules or the games of the people around you. Not only are they watching inner strength from within you that they haven't seen before, calm, tranquil, real power that scares them, but also they are seeing along with that on your outside world some kind of resources that are giving you power. So either you moving, so that, which means they don't have power over you anymore, or wealth coming in. That I feel like is really happening anyways. Coming in where you have the right resources to do things the way that you want, making you comfortable. Ultimately, my dear pile number 1, the people who used to hurt you and play silly games, because that's very clear in your pile here, will have zero effect on your life moving forward. Zero. They lose their power, as I can see in your reading. You're letting them, however, take their little wins, but when you go far up ahead, they're going to realize just how much that little win was so silly. Will they recalculate their actions? I'm not sure. We can ask that later on in your reading. But they'll find you to be very strategic, very smart. You're being absolutely supported by great luck, as they see from your side. A lot of you are getting maybe a rise, because you know this person is pulling up the gold. So unexpected rise, unexpected wealth, unexpected money. Maybe it's expected to you, but it's not expected to the people around you. So as you can see, by 11:11, my dear pile number 1, you've already gone through deep thought, you've healed a lot of things, and you know you're no longer needed in that lesson. You're moving out of that lesson, and you'll feel here with the rainbow, the warm embrace of the rainbow as it lifts you in alignment with your higher self. You're really growing there, pile number 1, and there is silent power to you where, without doing much, by simply not being affected, you're exuding strength and power by simply existing, by simply walking around, pile number 1. People will feel a strong aura to you without you making any type of effort, as you've maybe done before, trying to maybe challenge or bicker or whatever it was in the past. Now, your simple, calm walk, full of strength, will be your boundary, my dear pile number 1. You'll feel so far up ahead, untouchable, someone who's untouchable. People won't understand how you're surrounded by that type of magic, how you're hugged by blessings, my dear pile number 1. That is making you comfortable, that is making you happy. People are watching things happening for you all of a sudden, you know, in all areas of your life. Things are sprouting. That could be with your health, with your work, with your finances, with your comfort level. It's just changing completely, my dear pile number 1. And like I said, the reason for that is that you have completed this cycle, this learning cycle. You are rising from the depth, from this karmic lesson, to the top, where you're now taking a breather, healing, calming down. You've done all of the healing, and you're now enjoying life to the fullest, my dear pile number 1. I'm not even going to open the card and see what they're thinking about you. This is all done. You are here with the after tarot, showing both of them are the after tarot. So this is showing that after all that is said and done, you're now walking away victorious, in celebration, and you've gained so much understanding of and wisdom of the people around you, of the rules maybe of the world, of how things work. You've understood or come closer to your higher self. So much insight and understanding has come as a result of this, making you a stronger person today, a more strategic person. You'll find yourself, my dear pile number 1, continuing with this comfort level, because now you're able to pinpoint quickly, see quickly if something is not right, if someone is not behaving in the right way. You've gained so much wisdom that is allowing you to continue to be strategic, to get things right very quickly, to understand what may go right and what may go wrong. You no longer ever engage yourself with silly arguments like that. But most importantly, my dear pal number 1, you're never going to sit down and wait for your cup to be filled. You've learned to fill your own cup, which shows me here, my dear pal number 1, and it's really an amazing point to end your reading here, to give you this away. You will always be blessed moving forward, my dear pal number 1. You will always have your cup filled. The past is in the past. The karmic cycles, it seems like the harsh ones are over. It's time for the other part of your life where you're blessed. Your cup is filled. You're receiving blessings, and even if there are challenges, you're now equipped and strong to face them. I do not see any big karmic cycles happening. I'm really seeing you rise to the top, healing and becoming the best version of yourself. This was a really deep and interesting reading, my dear pal number 1. I'm really wishing you all the best. May you always be happy and blessed. And that was your reading, my dear pile number 1. If you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Also, if you enjoy Zodiac Tarot readings, make sure you check out my other channel. It's the first link in the description box. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book, my dear pile number 1. This book could really help you out in your journey ahead. It's small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate or waste time reading it, but you'll find that it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying the process. And so if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find the link to this ebook down in the description box. There's also an audiobook if you love listening to your books. And my dear pal number 1, I'm wishing you the best moving forward in your life. May you always be blessed and strong and happy like that. I loved your reading and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi pile number 2, welcome to your reading. We're taking a look at what is currently making way for a big blessing with the lunar eclipse in Taurus. So we have space, really interested to find out how this clear quartz and this black space here is translating in your reading. Very quickly, I just want to give a heads up. If you find any comments down in the description box telling you that I want you to follow me and giving you a WhatsApp number telling you that I'll do a reading for you, this is absolutely not true. These are scammers. Please don't believe them. Also, there's an Instagram page claiming to be me. I do not have any underscores in my Instagram, and the only Instagram that I have is in the description box. Okay, so guys, you have the 12th house. We have seeking oneness with all there is, philanthropy, keep your involvement hidden. We have your faith, hidden tendencies, large institutions, or overwhelming events. All right, so these are the keywords that we're seeing with the 12th house. We also have Jupiter in Libra with negotiation. All right. And you have the strange wind, madness, mischief, whim, incomprehensible whispers. How interesting, right? Well, I'm seeing big energies really from the very first card in your reading. All right, let's take a look at your tarot cards. So you have the Page of Swords. Okay. You have the Queen of Swords. Okay. You have the Fool card. The Seed of Cups, which is the Page of Cups. Very cute otter. You have the Knight of Swords, and this is the after tarot. This is the scene after the Rider-Waite-Smith. We see someone's taken off guard and they're being attacked by the Knight of Swords. You have again the after tarot, the Queen of Pentacles. We see her reflection in her pentacle. We see the rabbit running. We see we see a lot of things here. You have the 10 of Wands. And you have the 4 of Swords. All right, so let's see what is going on here in your reading. In this pile, more than any pile, I feel like you're really scared of something. My dear pile number 2. I really see it here. Something is making you feel worried, sick. Maybe you have a lot of responsibilities and you're kind of afraid that they're gonna drop all over you. You may feel imprisoned for the time being. You're going through very rough changes, my dear pile number 2. To the point with this 4 of Swords that I feel like it sometimes makes you feel ill at heart. I'm seeing you're not okay my dear pile number 2, you're certainly not feeling that. There, with the strange wind here, incomprehensive whispers and madness, I feel like there is a lot of craziness going on in your life at the moment. You're getting it very hard, and there are a lot of hidden things that you don't understand, and it is making you feel terrified, my dear pile number 2. Now, what am I seeing here? What is currently making way for a big blessing? Metaphorically, I see you've received the sword, and with that very same sword, you're conquering. You're going, oh, die. You're conquering these worries and these challenges, nipping it right in the bud. And you're moving very quickly. Do you see even the horse is kind of worried with the speed? So we kind of see you going, despite the fact that everything was stagnant, you're very worried. You don't see what's going on in the future with regards to what's making you worried. I see that you're receiving something, and I'll find out the date for you. My hands fell here with the 7. Maybe it's on the 7th. I'm not sure, but you're receiving something, or maybe right away with the Fool card. Anyways, you're receiving something, and with that tool, you'll be able to nip it right in the bud. Nip it right in the bud. Yeah, nip it right in the bud. I feel with the sword here that your situation is shifting. It's changing into a more favorable one. And the sword could be information. It could be a tool that you'll find, or an idea, especially here with the hole and the card showing it could be a hidden gem. It could be something that cuts through the chase or the challenge, like perhaps a powerful person supporting you. Or it could simply be a letter or an email, some sort of communication that will put you now in a powerful position. Do you see that? Because we have the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. We really see you being put in a powerful position now where you're the one who's making the rules. The situation is shifting for you. And that's the energy that we see with negotiation here. Hustling with a large institution, or hustling with large energy, where the same institution or the same big energy used to weigh you down. With that piece, with that tool or information, or the other things that we've mentioned here, it's shifting you into the bigger position, pile number 2. That's what to expect these coming days, actually. That's not the energy that you're going to be waiting for a long time for. This is something that is happening these days. And if you think this is crazy, I don't blame you. Because with all of the black and space here, this is reminding me of the concept of shunyata, which is how the universe was created from nothing. The universe was created. Everything that you see now, you and me talking and listening to each other, everything has been created. So out of the blue, out of nothing, in your very difficult situation, you are receiving something. And I don't want to keep saying receiving. I know we've made a lot of guesses with the swords energy. Let's pick up your cards and actually find out what is taking you out of this madness. And with the strange wind, it's the wind of change. Just as it came and disrupted your life, the same wind is pushing back and changing your life. So this time, you even see that? It's kind of like the lunar eclipse. There is good luck for you with Jupiter. You're facing it with a lot of good luck. Because you have been kind of imprisoned here for a very long time. With philanthropy, I feel like you're getting help. You're some strong entity or someone who's capable is actually helping you one way or the other, or maybe empowered information. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So what is the sword representing in pile number 2's reading, please? We have more swords. We have the 2 of Swords. we have the 5 of Pentacles. And we see that although things are difficult, you are safe. You are being protected from the snow, from the coldness. You have the 8 of Swords. So what is the sword representing, please? You have the Wheel of Fortune. Wow, it's a very fortunate thing, obviously, that you are receiving here, that you cannot see at the moment. I'm also seeing other things. And you have the 2 of Cups. Isn't that sweet? So what are we seeing here, my dear pile number 2, for you? Pile number 2, I feel like if you look closely here, you have a spirit guide helping you make this happen. A spirit guide who is there for you all the time, making sure you're fortunate. Now, I will tell you something might be kind of a bummer for you, but I feel like the curtains are hiding something. You're gonna be pleasantly surprised, and I'll try to find a date for you, but you will be pleasantly surprised soon. But you see, with all of this blackness and the curtains, you're not meant to exactly know what this sword is gonna be. But do you see here, in this figure, you do not see, and hence you kind of feel stuck. Although in your real life, you're gonna be put in a beautiful situation. And that's what we saw with the reflection here with the Queen of Pentacles. Some wealth is reflecting back at you. And I see running wealth as well with a rabbit. So this could be either wealth or a big blessing that is reflecting back in your life. You may not be able to see it now. You could be worried, very worried. And I'm seeing worried sick, to an extent of being worried sick about something and feeling very cornered, not knowing what to do. But at the end of the day, you are not in lack, my dear pile number 2, because what's coming for you is of a grand surprise that you're meant to know in due time. Now, this is happening and occurring as the intention of the reading suggests, and it also appeared here in your reading, in divine timing. This power that you're getting, or piece of information, or whichever type of power that you're getting here, is definitely being affected by the lunar eclipse. Now, let's get some timing for you, my dear pile number 2. When are you going to start seeing this reflect into your life? Can we kindly get more information for, I feel this one, for pile number 2, please? Actually, as I was saying 2, saying 2, 2, 2 everywhere in your reading. Another 2. Maybe it's the 12th, as the 12th house actually suggests. Let's find out. We did draw 3 cards. So you have the 3 of Cups, the 9 of Cups. Wow, celebration, dream come true. I'll focus on the timing in a second. And you have the 7 of Pentacles. Something growing for you behind the scenes. It's happening. What you're worried about is actually working for you behind the scenes. Timing. So, oh my God, 9 plus 3 is 12. We did notice the 12, right? Maybe it's the 12th of November or in December. One of these two. What was that? 7. 7 is also an important time. So 12 is an important time. 7 is an important time for some of you. So since this is a general reading, some of you it's 12, either December or the 12th of November. Or 12/12, that is another date. Finally, with the 7th, it could be the 7th this month, or again, the 7th of December. These are the dates that I see. I'm going to repeat them very quickly for you. So they could be the 12th of November. They could be any time during December. They could be 12/12, right? Or they could be 7th November or the 7th of December. That's exactly what I'm seeing for you here, my dear pile number 2, in terms of the timing and what to expect. Yeah, expect winds of change, a blow to this problem a surprise actually. And this is running wealth. It's coming and it's making you fortunate, especially with Jupiter as well. It's fortunate, it's continuous. And now it's putting you in a very favorable position. We see a new journey, a new beginning that is close to your heart, something that you will enjoy and love. This problem is no longer going to be there. Completely changed. And for a lot of you, it's actually driving, it seems, a lot of wealth to you, running wealth. Big wealth coming into your life. You're definitely celebrating that. Some of you on the 7th this month, as I said, or the 12th this month, or in December. But in all cases, it is certainly one of your big wishes coming true. Something that you've wished for really well. It's saving you from a difficult situation. Something you've hoped for, you wanted this savior, and it's coming there for you as a savior. My dear pile number 2, you're really going to be celebrating this great surprise. It's like coming out of the blue and you're going, oh, can you believe this? it's can you believe I'm out of this situation? Oh, can you believe I've solved this situation? So whatever you're really worried about now, my dear pile number 2, please worry no more. You are going to see. Have faith. It does say have faith, your faith. Have faith. It will be resolved this month, maximum next month. You're not going to be carrying this problem. And the wonderful thing here is that it's coming out of the blue. Look forward to that, my dear pile number 2. It is over. Tell yourself, please, it is over. It's done. It's finished. And wait for your beautiful surprise to pop up. The lunar eclipse is here. And may you always be blessed, my dear pile number 2. That was your reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And if you're interested in zodiac tarot readings, make sure you check out my other channel. It's the first link in the description box. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book, my dear pile number 2. This book is small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate or waste time reading it. But you'll find that it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying the process. And so if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find the link to this ebook down in the description box. There's also an audiobook if you love listening to your books. And my dear pile number 2, wishing you the best. Wait for your wonderful surprise. May you always be blessed. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hey pile number 3, welcome to your reading. We're taking a look at what is currently making way for a big blessing with the lunar eclipse in Taurus. So you've picked creativity as well as this cute clear quartz squirrel. Let's take a look at your reading. I just quickly want to let you know, beware of scammers, guys. These people, they use our YouTube names, our logos, and their sole purpose is to lure you in either with WhatsApp or email and take your money. So I hope you either report them or ignore them so that you don't fall for their traps until we are all clear from what's going on. Okay, so guys, you have the South Node. What an interesting card to get in this reading, because, you know, for any eclipse, the sun or the moon needs to be close to either the North Node, or which is future, destiny, or the South Node, which is related to karma, the past, ancestors, and so on. And so this total lunar eclipse is going conjunct with the North Node, which is all about the future. It's also collective destiny, changing the course of history, completing an era, starting something new. This is going to be a game-changing transit. And so with seeing the South Node here, I kind of feel or get the intuitive hit that it's an end of an era, specifically for you, pile number 3, and you're getting this all new beginning, this total new era. It's like you're changing the course or the path in which you have always been on into a new path that is absolutely different from the one you were in. With this light bulb, I see that you are going to start seeing a clearer future of what you're supposed to do, what's going to be happening to you. Things are unveiling for you these days, and you're beginning to really see magic, my dear pile number 3. You're now moving towards your north node. So big changes for this pile for sure. Let's take a look at the rest of your cards. So you have Venus in Leo with affair, and you have the knot. Entangled relationships, hold on loosely, but don't let go. Interesting. Let's take a look at the rest of your cards. So you have the Ace of Cups. You have the Four of Wands. The Magician. You have the Four of Pentacles. The Ace of Swords, this is the after tarot. This is the scene that is right after the Rider-Waite-Smith. We see a falcon here. You have the Two of Cups. What a sweet Two of Cups. Again, this is the after tarot. You have, wow, the Ten of Pentacles, such a beautiful warm scene. And you have, we see a lot of love here. Doesn't necessarily have to do with romantic relationships, or although boy, for a lot of you, if you're interested, can you see that? Yeah, but it doesn't always necessarily. This is a general reading, and it's meant to be a message specifically to you. And so if you're not looking for love, this is not your message. And I mean, this is your pile, but not the romantic part. And you have the Justice card. All right, so let's take now a closer look on what is making way for this big blessing to come. What's the big blessing, and what's going on specifically in this pile. Ace of Cups, right after the South Node, tells me there is, of course, a totally new beginning. I do see that you've had entanglement in terms of relationships in the past. That's coming strong. This could be romantic relationships, or it could simply be entanglement with your connections with people in the past. In this case, you may want to check pile number 2. If you were called to it, this is definitely a confirmation for you. But that part, we see that you've had a lot of, as we see, anxieties in the past. You had to reconsider so many connections, and with now is not the time. I see that it wasn't the time for you really in the past, as you were going through your transformation, releasing karma, one that you came here to release in this lifetime, to learn so many lessons and grow big wings, just like the dragon here. This caught my attention. I think this coin was placed for your reading. Do you see how this dragon is picking up the sword that we see here and is growing wings and is about to fly? It's funny. It reminds me that you are the mother of dragons as an energy in your reading. You've really grown your wings. You're about to fly. You're about to make magic happen, my dear pile number 3. Now, the first clear thing we see, although I see other things, we'll get to them in a second, that is about to be cleared up in your reading. There's a new whole beginning for you, is your relationship with others. It could also be both, by the way. Both your romantic relationships and your connections with others could have been entangled, on hold. It wasn't working well. We see that absolutely changing for you, my dear pile number 3. Moving on from now. With 2, I see 11, 1, 1, 1. This is divine timing for things to change for you. There is a beginning in this area, and you're going to see things change completely. Perhaps a lot of you, as we see in the Ten of Cups, you're going to have a lot of people surrounding you. You may have start a family. You might find your loved one, or you might simply be finding a lot of your soul family, building wonderful connections where maybe you no longer feel alone and you find your people. My dear pile number 3, I feel like what used to be a knot is now being cut. It's being released, and you're experiencing reality in a different way completely in terms of people. Do note, however, that with the South Node appearing in your reading, as you release this karma, releasing the karma these last few days, you might be tested here and there. You might feel the intensity of this energy, and so you might be triggered here and there. Be careful with that. Be patient with it. It's meant to show you if there is any remaining or residue energy that you need to focus on, to use that huge energy of the lunar eclipse to notice these things and take it as an opportunity to heal them, to see what is left, why it's triggering you. Take it calmly and know that your trigger is showing you something for you to heal, and everything that comes after this trigger is in your own hand, and it's really done by creating awareness and at the same time choosing to move on with strength, choosing to just let the trigger go. It told you, it gave you your message, it created this awareness. How you choose to move on from after the trigger is in your own hand, really. And these are not my words. I always link her book down in the description box. These are the words of neuroscientist who's done experiments for, I think, 20 years with other neuroscientists. Her book is called Dr. Caroline Leaf. She's called Dr. Caroline Leaf. I think it's called Cleaning Up Your Mental Mess. You'll find it linked in the description box. She doesn't know me. I recommend it because I think it's amazing. Anyways, my point is, these are not my words. It's really about noticing the trigger, getting awareness, understanding what it's telling you, and then moving past it. That's how you heal it. Okay, what I'm also seeing here, my dear pile number 3, one of the big changes that are happening for you these coming days is that there is some sort of change in your legal paper to your favor, because it's coming right next to the 10 of Cups, and the 10 is an excess energy, excess of an energy, and with the 10 of Cups you're like very happy, some huge blessings are coming, excess energy, excess blessings. And so here with the Justice card in conjunction to the 10 of Cups, you're really celebrating with loved ones something big. It could be a legal change in your location, a legal change in your marital status. I'm not sure how you say it. I'm sorry. Maybe some of you are looking for a child, and soon you're about to create their birth certificate. Also, you could be legally starting a very lucrative business. What else could this be? Right, signing a new contract with someone. That will be very lucrative. You're signing something. Oh, maybe some of you are signing a new home, right? You're certainly in the next coming days or months signing something that's going to be super lucrative and very blessed. My dear pile number 3. Also signing a new lease for rental in a place that you really love and dreamt of being. Passports, also, that's a legal paper. You know what I mean. So there's a big blessing in a form of changing some legal documents there to receive that blessing. You'll be really celebrating with a loved one here. It's going to be a very special moment for you, my dear pile number 3. All right, what else am I seeing here? With the Four of Pentacles and with remember, especially that the falcon's eyes are closed, I feel like you're reaping the harvest of something that you have done in the past. Perhaps you have planted some seeds, and as you were going through your karmic cycle, you haven't had the benefits of the things that you've built. And now you're about to harvest something that you have planted, forgotten about it, didn't put it in your calculations, and now it's coming back to give you what you've put in. So these could be things like, for example, past investments that you've done that didn't work and suddenly they're working. These could also be, for example, a book that you've once written, or an article that you've written, a video that you've once shot. It didn't... See, you're getting messages here. You're getting attention maybe with regards to something that you've put aside and now people are interested in it. They're like, whoa, you do that? And you're like, yeah, I've been doing that for years. No one was interested. And suddenly everyone is interested in what you once thought wasn't important, and you put it maybe in the cupboards, in the shelves of your projects that didn't launch off, but now it's launching off. I can give you many examples. I'm pretty sure if you were drawn to this pile, something of that sort is certainly happening for you these coming days or these 2 months. It's like magically reappearing in your life. Let me give you 2-3 more examples. You've sent a company your CV or sent someone an offer, and they see this offer and go, oh my God, wasn't that brilliant? Wasn't this an amazing person? Isn't this an amazing person? And they call you. Someone discussed a lucrative opportunity with you in the past. Things were going well. You were just about to embark on this new journey, and they suddenly don't call you any longer. Maybe they've had problems with financing this idea or any other things that stood in their way. Now they're ready and they're gonna magically call you, say, hey, remember when we discussed this? Are you ready? Are you in? And that is a new magical beginning for you that you will absolutely love. Yeah, it's something that you're not seeing for sure, but it's gonna set you free, just like the falcon. It's gonna set you free to a new beginning that you will absolutely love. An old dream that you really worked hard to achieve, it didn't work. You forgot about it, and now it's coming back to show you its beautiful face. You're moving towards that new beginning now. All in all, with the light bulb, I see that these coming few days, these 2 months in specific for you, are very important. Keep your eyes open. You'll be surprised a lot, my dear pile number 3, with the many amazing wishes coming true, things popping up for you in your life. See, you're moving towards your north node. You've ended your karmic cycle and you're about to see amazing things happen in your life, my dear pile number 3. And I'm so happy this is happening for you. You're gonna start experiencing, really, it's like the taste of the world is going to be so much different than it was before. And I do see that you will experience the universe and your world in such a magical way that never happened before in the past. Such a different type of energy, my dear pile number 3. Just recognize that as you're leaving the south node, I know I mentioned this before, but it's important since it's here. As you're leaving your south node towards your north node, there could be some last releases here and there. Be patient with them. Don't feel like you're going back to the old. Don't even repeat these words. Always move forward. These are the last of what I'm releasing. This is the last of what I'm releasing. Take it calmly. Look forward to your beautiful new beginning. Feel the warmth in your heart and in your face and in your whole being as it's shining from outside to your internal world, filling you with blessed light. so that you can move ahead in your future, my dear pile number 3. The best is yet to come for you. This is just the beginning. I'm so excited for you. Can't wait to hear your feedback on what may be happening for you in the next few months. Do know that I'll always be excited for you. May you always be blessed, my dear pile number 3. That was your reading, and if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Also, if you enjoy Zodiac Tarot readings, make sure you check out my other channel. It's the first link in the description box. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book, pile number 3. This book is small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate reading it. But you'll find that it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying the process. You'll find that this book truly holds true to this promise, and if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. There's also an audiobook if you love listening to your books. And my dear pile number 3, it was such a pleasure doing this very special reading for you. May you always be blessed, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 4. Welcome to your reading. We're taking a look at what is currently making way for a big blessing in your life with the lunar eclipse in Taurus. So you have consciousness, very interesting, and the selenite. Let's take a look at the rest of your cards and see what is going on exactly for you in the next coming period. What big changes are happening? So, by the way, I just want to tell you very quickly that, as I told the other piles, beware, there are scammers all over YouTube of people who use channel names and logos to scam other people. Tell them, like, for example, please use this WhatsApp number, I'll give you a reading, or email me on this, contact me, pretending to be us, and their whole intention is to scam people. So either ignore them or report them and keep safe. All right, so the first card we're seeing for you, my dear pile number 1, is Neptune. Oh, sorry, there we go. We have the idealization of, the idealization of confusion regarding sacrifice. We see inspire others with be prepared for sacrifice. Yielding is the only way. All right. These are keywords for Neptune. Let's keep them here and we'll understand more as we take a look at the rest of your pile. You have Jupiter in Pisces with seduction. And you also have the crystal. It says clarity, good energy, sweet, super saturation equals growth. Yes, okay. All right. That's when we put salt on, I remember this experiment, on ice. Okay, let's take a look at the rest of your cards. So you have the 2 of Pentacles. You have the 4 of Pentacles. The Root of Wands, this is the Knight of Wands. You have the 10 of Swords, and I love the specific 10 of Swords. You have the Emperor. This is the After Tarot, so we see the Ram right there. And you have the 6 of Cups, and again, the 2 figures are running. Here, After Tarot. You have the Ace of Pentacles. Someone's planting something here, a pentacle. And last but not least, you have the 4 of Wands. Beautiful energy. Okay, so let's see what's going on for you in your pile, my dear pile number 4. Pile number 4. I think your reading is going to blow my mind. As usual with pile number 4 on this channel, really. Look at this pile number 4. See here, we got Neptune, right? And Neptune is like a doorway to a higher dimension, or higher dimensions in general. Neptune, it reveals your yearning to merge with something that is greater than yourself. That, along with your Knight of Wands, do you see this weasel? In fact, I think this type of weasel is called the ermine. I think that's how you pronounce its name, but we'll get to that later. This weasel, do you see, it's kind of like creating fire and moving it. It's called pyrokinesis, the ability to create fire from you and manipulate it with your mind, to start fire and manipulate it with your mind. So I'm seeing here that you've had a wish, perhaps a long time ago. I think you made a crazy wish, something that is larger than life. A long time ago, you were so seduced by this wish. It was so desirable for you that in this moment you made a huge wish that turned out to be a great sacrifice. Why am I saying that? You're a force to be reckoned with. I don't know if you know that, but I'd be really surprised if you didn't know. My dear pal number 4, you are a master manifester. I'm not sure if you know that, but everything that you wish for comes to life. This is inevitable for you. And so you made a wish a couple of months, weeks. I kind of have the feeling that it's way before, a much long time, seeing the 10 of this specific 10 of swords here. A long time ago, you made this super desirable wish with every bit of your heart, and you wished, I wish I was that person, or I wish I had that, something like that, right? In order for you to receive that wish, which you're definitely manifested at this moment, you had to go through a strong alchemical change inside out in order to make this wish come to life for you. And you know how they say, be careful what you wish for? Had you known, my dear pal number 4, that you were gonna go through these integral changes, you know, Neptune, it dissolves the ego, you know? It's like you've started this fire from a very sacred place, and now over the years it's been shaping and changing and twirling and shape shifting your existence, just so that you come out on the other side and receive that very same wish that you've wanted so badly at this point in time. And this is certainly an alchemical process that you're going through, something that others would consider impossible, but through an alchemical process, what used to be impossible becomes possible. And I'm seeing this through the crystals. This is a salt experiment. Try it out. It's really amazing. You know, if you take a piece of thread and you put it in ice, it's not gonna stick, right? It's not gonna stick to the thread and come out, right? Of course. So the trick here is to, as you lay down your thread on the ice, is to sprinkle salt on the thread and the ice. Leave it for 10 seconds, perhaps a minute, just a few seconds. And then when you pull the thread up, as you can see, it picks up all of the ice. And the reason for that is because salt lowers the temperature of ice to below 0 degrees, at least the surface of the ice where it's touching the ice. It melts it, and then it refreezes again because of the temperature of the ice, and hence allowing it to stick to the thread. So I'm seeing that you have really gone through a grand transformation. It might have been so bad that I really feel with the Two of Pentacles here, if you had seen what kind of transformation you needed to go through to make that dream come true, you might have initially thought, whoa, I don't think I'm good. But after all said and done, you receiving that wish, then again you would say, you know what, maybe it's all good. Maybe it was for my best actually to go through this, to receive something as big as that may have been considered absolutely impossible. You transcended consciousness. So many things happened here where you're really reuniting again with that very same old dream that you've wanted. See, here with the Four of Wands, I see that these days you are finally coming out and celebrating that very same wish coming true for you, my dear pile number 4. Here we see with the Ten of Swords that when this person hit rock bottom, it's only there where they found the light. And they're using the same lessons that brought them down to pick themselves back up. And that's why you have the Emperor here. The same things that used to make you feel sacrificial, where you had to sacrifice yourself or sacrifice your life or sacrifice what you want, will be the very same things and that's the Neptune energy. Sacrifice. Do you see that? Will be the very, I told you, was Neptune energy, where will be the same things that will give you exactly what you want in your life now. The very same things that used to confuse you will be the very reason you have that power and that wish coming true. You went down to the bottom to figure it out, to understand it, to change inside out, to become who you want to be, and to receive that wish solid forever. The type of transformation, my dear pile number 4, as you can see, transcends consciousness. People who will be watching you the next couple of days, living this magical life, you being this new powerful person. And the reason I say powerful is because, with the Emperor is wearing armor inside their luxurious red robe, meaning that although they're living on a solid throne in a luxurious life, where they're in power, they're ready to get up anytime and face what is necessary and get into battle to protect their people, to protect themselves, and so on. And so this made you strong inside before of your outside world. This really shifted and changed you in such an amazing way. Like I said, people in the next coming days, moving forward in your life, will be shocked. You're almost unrecognizable here. Will be shocked at who you've become, what you've built, what's happened in your life. It's almost impossible to have someone have these changes. That's why it's akin to magic with the pyrokinesis here. Some sort of transformation that, like we said, it's like a doorway to higher dimensions. You're a grand manifester. It's near impossible, unless one goes through some magical alchemical process, to see someone shift and change drastically, and their lives to change drastically in the way that you have, just like that. Yes, of course, you know what happened there. Only you know, my dear pile number 4, what you've been through, what it took to get there, the lessons you had to learn, the dark nights, and what type of valuable, strong lessons it taught you to be where you are today. Let me just give you an example. I don't know what you did and what happened in your life, but the only examples I have are perhaps examples of what do they call it, rom-coms, of seeing someone who maybe wasn't popular, someone who was a yes person. Maybe they bring them out looking a bit geeky or something, although geeky is the cool thing now. So my point is, with the old rom-coms especially, this type of archetype would roll out in movies a lot, and by the towards the end of the movie, or this person is gorgeous, they're popular, you know what I mean, right? They're smart, they're witty, they're cool, and we all watch them transform before our eyes, and we love the movie and we're so happy for them. We're like, wow. Watching these movies, we're like, wow, you see how this person transformed? It's amazing, it's unbelievable. So that's the type of energy, but this is a small example. I really feel your reading is way more significant and profound and more magical than this example. This is just, an archetypal example from a movie to explain to you what shift you could see. I'm seeing shift in power, shift in finances, shift in looks, shift in health, shift in many things that really could seem impossible. Like if you would say it out to anyone, they go, that's not how the world works. Okay, honey. Yeah, well, sometimes it does, doesn't it, my dear pile number 4? That's why I'm envisioning people looking at you in awe, gawking at you. Their eyes are open when you pass by. You're nonchalant. You got used to this transformation because you've been through the whole thing. So to you, my dear pile number 4, it only makes sense now. Although you're surprised yourself when you see magic. It is magic at the end of the day. But you've seen the transformation. However, other people are going to be gawking at you, are going to be flabbergasted, are really not going to understand. They might feel like you have some sort of divine power. Some spiritual people who watch you might think you're really loved and supported. Everyone's going to have their theory. At the end of the day, you were actually absolutely supported, to be honest, my dear pile number 4. That's for sure. You've gone through so many sacrifices at the same time to have this happen. But in its root, you are a master. I don't want to say manipulator, a master manifester. And you may not even know to what extent your powers are, my dear pile number 4. Be careful with what you say, because every single thing that you splurt out and say, I'm going to do this, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So use this power to wish others well, to wish the best for people. Use this power to wish yourself healing, and use this power to say strong things. Don't ever, with this type of power, plant seeds that you may regret later. I mean, don't lower your power to make other people feel comfortable. Like, don't say, yeah, I'm having these problems too. You don't want to manifest that type of thing in your life. Be empathetic. Don't show off. Which is not what you want to do. But at the same time, don't say things that may turn out to happen. Always, even if you said things in the past, forget about it. Continue to create the power of, I'm going to make this happen. The best is going to happen for me. I will create this. This will happen for me. This will happen for others. This will happen for the world. Use your power for the greater good for yourself and others, my dear pile number 4. This pile will never cease to amaze me, no matter how many readings we do. So yeah, let's get now to your 4 of Pentacles, my dear pile number 4. In the next couple of days, perhaps because I'm seeing 2 here, on the 12th of November, you're going to start seeing grand shifts in your life. You were going one way and you're going to start going another. It's a completely different one. With the big rabbit and the 2 of Pentacles, this shift is a very fortunate change. I see with the 4 of Pentacles that, especially that it's wearing a beautiful gold necklace around their neckline, I see that you are going to be living a comfortable life moving forward. Maybe you're going to be a grand business person. The emperor sits on a big throne, and it's not necessarily lush or green like the empress. I'm sorry, my dear pile number 4. There we go. It's not necessarily lush or green. And there are a lot of discussions in the tarot world on whether the emperor ruined ruined it or took it from zero and is about to build it up. And that's what I believe in here. I see that you are about to take on something and build it into a strong empire. You are on the precipice of doing that, and you're going to start seeing a lot of big monies. See, the Emperor is holding a big coin here. I'm seeing a lot of coins in your reading, planting a big coin here. Jewelry, I'm seeing wealth, especially with the rabbit. So you're going to be on top of something, in charge of something big, and you're gonna make it a huge empire with a lot of wealth coming to you starting from the 12th of November. You're gonna have a lot of luck in this area, and this role is going to inspire others with what you're doing. And that's why it's very solid here, because there is mutual benefit where you are inspiring others one way or the other, and they are supporting you, something of the sort. With be prepared for sacrifice, I'm not surprised, because with the Emperor, Emperor is a hard-working archetype. So it's not going to be all butterflies. Please don't get me wrong. Of course it's going to be all butterflies. I mean that you are going to be working. But here, there's a difference in energy. You're strong. You're stable. You know, the Emperor has a heavy head on their shoulder. Their white beard shows the experience that they've had over the years. Their feet are planted solid on the ground. We see stability, we see strength, we see power. The Emperor always sits upright, strong. So you have that energy, you have that strength to you, and you will be putting in a lot of effort to build that. But you're ready. It's not like, you know how when you have big muscles, hearing, all right, give me 10 push-ups. Someone with big muscles, 10, that's it, that's all you want. They can tell you, do you want me to show off and do it with one arm? So 10 push-ups for one strong person is a piece of cake, and 10 push-ups for someone who hasn't exercised for a long time is very hard to think about. So you will be putting a lot of effort, that's for sure, but it's not going to feel much to you. I feel like you've gone through so much, you're equipped, you're wise, you know what you want to do, and it's not going to be difficult for you to put in that effort. But you're putting some very special effort here, my dear pile number 4, especially with you with consciousness. It's kind of like a ripple effect. You see that? It's like you're spreading with your work consciousness to people, and you're grabbing people's attention. You're really showing them the way out, not by choosing for them, but showing them different options that they can take to maybe improve their lives or improve the situation that they're seeking your help for. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm seeing here, pile number 4. I see people running to you for help. They run to you towards your energy. They find their solution with you, pile number 4. Overall, this is a bright time. You see the cards are dark here, but at the bottom they're very bright. They're very bright. So there's a new hope, a new tomorrow for you starting. You might be seeing this straight away, to be honest, right after this reading. I'm feeling that, but something is significant on the 12th of November. So mark that time, and starting from there, you're really celebrating your life. You're enjoying it. It's bright now. It's the complete energy from the darkness that we're seeing here. And not only for you, my dear, beautiful pile number 4, but also for the people around you that are seeking your guidance, that are coming to you with hope, with their hearts filled with hope, that you would give them this new beginning and this new tomorrow as well, my dear pile number 4. This is exactly what I see for your reading. Congratulations for picking up that very wish that you secretly dreamt so hard for, perhaps a couple of years back. This was your reading, my dear pile number 4. I hope you've enjoyed it. I wish you the best from my heart. May you enjoy what's to come. You deserved it. You worked hard. So excited for you, pile number 4. And if you've enjoyed this reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Also, if you enjoy Zodiac Tarot readings, make sure you check out my other channel. It's the first link in the description box. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book, pile number 4. This book could really help you out in this new journey. It's small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate reading it. But you'll find that it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying the process. And so if you're interested in checking it out and you feel like this book could really help you out during this phase of your life and enjoy the process, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. There's also an audiobook, so you can listen to your book as well if you enjoy doing that like me. And my dear pile number 4, as always, it was such a pleasure doing this reading for you. I have enjoyed it immensely. Such a magical pile, such a magical future, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.